Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mayor Rubin. I'm a volunteer, a member of the Delaware Valley PMI Chapter. Welcome you to this afternoon's session. Implementing and embracing academic program to acquire and retain members. And our presenter this afternoon is Andre Ricardo.
Are you hearing me? Yeah?
Yes.
Good afternoon or good evening? Good afternoon, okay. Learning objectives. At the conclusion of this session, participants will be able to describe how an academic program can help the chapter acquire and retain student members, and discuss how to implement a successful academic program to acquire and retain members. Let's go. First of all, we want to present for you our chapter
of project management for you and your customer. How can it impact the world, your career and business? Promoting the development of the community of project management.
What I did.
What is the value of project management for you and your customer? How can it impact the world, your career and business? Promoting the development of the community of project management is the mission of PMI, a worldwide non-profit organization. PMI São Paulo Chapter is the largest of Latin America and one of the world's greatest chapters. It represents more than 3,000 members and makes actions to add value to hear, and assist in the professional development of the community in the state. All actions are planned and executed by volunteers, so all associates can use the benefits of their journey. Among them is the Blue Heart Rewards Loyalty Program, which offers perceived additional value to the associate through products and training services. In order to train and promote networking, PMI São Paulo has already delivered hundreds of events, seminars, congresses, and trainings. In professional development, preparatory courses and courses for the Training Academy of Instructors in Project Management stand out. Several initiatives maintain a direct and open dialogue with the community, taking the leading role of this collaborative construction. PMI São Paulo's mentoring program gained prominence among PMI initiatives around the world, and the student track develops the skills of new dynamic professionals to apply the foundations of management, project, and leadership to achieve their goals. Develop people and good practices so that the projects can transform society. This is the main purpose of our chapter. Good things happen when you get involved with PMI São Paulo.
This is our chapter. And now I will introduce you the Blue, our mascot, the mascot of the Blue Hearts Rewards program. It will help us to present our program. The agenda for our presentation today. Why your chapter needs an academic program? Which of you have an academic program in your chapter? Nobody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And who don't have and want to have one academic program? Very good. Okay. How it all started at PMI São Paulo. The stakeholders of the program. Why it was created. How it was implemented. Lessons learned, and how you could implement it in your chapter. Why your chapter needs an academic program? You think that you need an academic program if you don't have one? Yeah? Playing to win. This is our strategic planning for the PMI. Since 2013, our academic program acquired more than 2,000 student members for our chapter. Despite the Brazil's economic difficulties, it's a challenge for us to acquire new members. In 2014, PMI São Paulo had 4,200 members, and we lost more than 1,000 members in the last years. So it's a challenge for us, and we are fighting all the time. New generation professional is a target, is a goal for PMI. The strategy of the PMI is focused on the new generations. So Neil said for us this morning, yeah? How can PMI help you power your career? Offering value to the students is one way. Is one way that we in PMI São Paulo believe. It's a way that you can approximate the students from your chapter and deliver value for this audience. How? Using the PMI Group Student Membership, a program of PMI that the educational institution can buy for the students to be a member. The academic institution so pay the $32 for the student and they become members of the PMI. How it all started at PMI São Paulo. I am a post-graduation coordinator in Senac São Paulo for 14 years, the last 14 years. And in the past, Senac paid for the PMBOK guides for the students and delivered one printed PMBOK guide for each student, post-graduation students. At this time, we paid $38 for each PMBOK guide. And to become a member, still is $32. So in one moment in the past, I think and said, it's not real, it's not good, this. So we pay more than the $32 for this, to buy a PMBOK guide to the student, and the student have only the PMBOK guide. If the institution pay for the student to become a member, the student will have access for all the standards, for all the books that the PMI deliver for the community. So the Senac, the PMI REST education provider, decided then to start paying the students membership for this program, the PMI Group Student Membership. The results that in 2014, Senac paid the first year membership for 430 students. And now, they or we, I am from Senac, have already paid more than 2,000 students from our chapter. And the students don't have to pay to become a PMI São Paulo member. It's free. We have around, at this moment, we have around 800 students as chapter members at PMI São Paulo. It's almost 30% of our members. Who are the stakeholders of this program? Senac, as I said, Fundação Vanzolini, via Business School, and we are negotiating with more than 10 academic organizations, the biggest in Brazil, some of them that have the best post-graduation courses, especially aligned to the PMI practices. The course that I'm the coordinator named Project Management PMI Practices. We use the PMBOK guide for all. It's our Bible. At this moment, because we are changing, okay? You saw let me, just a moment. Now I want to introduce you a partner testimonial, a professor of Senac, João Walter.
Hello everyone, I'm João Walter here, professor at Senac. I'm really glad to talk about SEP. I think that this program is really changing our faculty community here as well as our project management course. I think that through social learning, which the students are conducting real project with the community, as well as with many presentations that are conducted by PMI members and volunteers, are really changing the way that we are addressing project management here at our university. One thing that most remarked me here at this project are the projects that they are conducting at the community service. So one of them, I can mention a lot, but I can mention many of projects, but one that got really my attention was a project that was conducting to deliver a project management lab. Not a project management lab, it was a computer lab in a community, and first was supposed to cost around like $5,000, only to change the computers, and how the students got engaged and got into it. The project got bigger and bigger, and they were like have some scope creeps, but in a good way, I can say. They were delivering not only the computers, but they were also delivering the chairs. They've done a construction service over there as well. They've done some painting, and by the end of the project, the donations were around like $15,000 to $20,000. And not only that, not only the price tag, but how the community got very glad that they were having the opportunity to receive those projects. Were very, very satisfied for all of us. So all I can say is that I do believe that the SEP and its program has really changed the way that we are addressing the project management here at the university. I think that it is going to be, not it's going to be, it's being a win-win negotiation for everyone, for the students that are learning with real projects, for us and professors and faculty, that we can have them more satisfied with our course and more motivated to our classes, but also the community, the one that really matters. They are very getting benefits from it. So thank you all. Thank for everyone who is making this happen. The students, the faculty, the PMI members, the volunteers that are helping me with this project. I have only good things to say about it. Thank you.
Professor João Walter. Why it was created? A win-win situation, as Professor John Walter said, for students, for partners, and for PMI. For students, the student now has the access for all the PMI resources, the projectmanagement.com, the standards, as I said, and the community, the networking with the community. In São Paulo, we have around 300 events in a year, including meetups, happy hours, seminars, congress, trainings. We have 10 brands, as you saw in this video, and 5 potential brands. We have 3,100 members. And Brazilian people like events and celebrations, okay? You know. You will see me dancing the party today, okay? I will give you a show. I'm kidding. A win-win situation for the institution, because the institution pay for the student to become a member, and it is an attractive situation for new students, to get new students in the market. Because when you have this kind of partnership, this kind of offer to the students, you have a difference against your market, the other institutions, okay? And for PMI, because approximate the students and give more members for the community. To improve the student development, sharing knowledge, etc. To make social projects a reality, I will show you one project that we did in the past. Social projects as support for the learning process. All the students practices, all the students get the information, the knowledge, the PMBOK guide, the other standards, knowledge, and practicing in a real project. Everyone. To help charity organizations and the unprivileged community. In Brazil, we have a lot of unprivileged people. To approximate the new generations as I said, to acquire new members and to approximate to the academic community, in special academic community and PMI. How it was implemented? Practical learning, as I said. We organize students, project teams, select a project for each team. In fact, the students search a non-profit organization and select one project to be the support for the learning development. Develop the learning journey using this project as a case study. The students have, as I said, to deliver the project, not only paper, not only a fantastic plan, project plan. Oh, look at this project plan, it's beautiful, but what to effectively deliver for your client? They have to deliver for the non-profit organizations the deliverables that they promise. They develop an abstract based in this case study. So the case study is the support to the abstract as I forgot the word. To do the abstract. It's the theme. Okay. And we founded the past few years ago in Senac the Center for Excellence in Projects. It's a center that gives support. We have a PMO to control, to monitor all the projects. We use some tools to do it. We have a team to do it, some professors, some PMI volunteers, and we delivered at this moment more than 110 projects successfully. More than 2,000 students involved, formed, that finished the course. More than 4,000 people directly and positively impacted. More than 20,000 people indirectly and positively impacted. And a learning session in LIM 2019. Thanks PMI for the opportunity to be here with you, sharing our experience. Here is the SEP team: Alessandra Mariano, Amanda Teles, Ana Calife, me, the most handsome boy in this team. Are you agree? Yes? Thank you. Homero, João Bonifácio, Professor João Walter, the video, Ricardo Veiga, and Vinicius. Lessons learned. How to retain the greatest challenge. I think that for you is the same. The greatest challenge when you talk about student members is retain these members. Young people that give a gift to be a member paid by the educational institution, so it's very difficult for us to prove to this community, this students community, to stay with us as a volunteer of PMI. The student might have the ongoing project to register as a volunteer service in VRMS. This is one of the attractives that we created to gain these students to stay with us. Because they have a course that has 18 mouses. And if they not renovate the association, the membership, they don't have the VRMS registered as a PMI volunteer. It is important nowadays to get job in some companies. If the student has the work registered as a volunteer service, it will increase member retention. Are you agree? Offer students other chapter volunteers opportunities, and social projects are an excellent way to learn and become a better human being. Are you agree? You know the numbers. You view the numbers, okay? Real project video. This one is the video that Professor João Walter talked about. We are very proud of this. This lab served for more than 500 teenagers and children in the first 6 months. Today, something around 1,500 children and young people, next generation. Sometime maybe they will be there with us in the PMI. How you could implement it in your chapter? Select some academic partners and choose one to start. Collect and document requirements. Process 5.1 of the 5.2 of the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. Set an MVP, most viable product. Deliver value quickly and grow gradually. Be agile. PMI is becoming agile, okay? Let's go, guys. Monitor and control each phase and request feedback from your stakeholders all the time. Promote events for the students and analyze the project's results as PMBOK Guide and other standards of PMI recommend. Recently, we started this program, the student track, that is aligned with the academic program and the partnership academic program and the mentoring program of PMI São Paulo and the PDP, Professional Development Program. How it works? We had a cycle when you have 18 months. The selecting, it's not working here. Select process, the first step. Workshop engagement, we have a lot of workshops during this track. Workshop discovering yourself, career, self-knowledge, conclusion. 6 months. And then we start the second cycle, the second phase, fundamentals, leadership, tools, and close the phase 2 practices, 12 months. And here we have internship and track conclusion. Here you have the mentoring, in this phase, and here you have the coaching. So 18 months, the student will be with us because to use this student track, to participate in student track, the student must be member of the PMI São Paulo. And it is totally free for the members. Conclusions. Yes, you can. We can, everybody can implement embracing academic program to acquire and retain members in your chapter. Some said that the challenge is great. The challenge to retain students is so great, even greater than the other kind of members. But we have to approximate the new generation to the PMI. We have to serve the students. We have to direct the students. Are you agree with me? Yes. Yes? Start an academic partnership right now. Don't wait. As soon as you can, finishing the celebration today, you can start tomorrow morning, okay? Take care of your students. Absolutely take care, not pretend to take care. You have to take care of the students. Social projects are the way, because the social project allow the student to approximate to the unprivileged community, as is said. And it's very important to develop human being, a better human being. And a student track will help retain student as member. We are sure about it. If happen, you go to São Paulo sometime, it will be a pleasure for us to receive you. Okay? Thank you very much. Success to you all. And this is my email. And again, PMI, thanks for the opportunity to be here sharing with you our experience. Questions? I will apologize, ask you to apologize me because I'm having some difficulty to hear and have comprehension of the people. I did 4 tests, and I have some frequencies that I not understand the people say in Portuguese. You know, in English, it will be much more difficult for me.
You prefer in Spanish? Is better for me too, or no?
Okay,
No.
but the other people will not understand.
No, you work with one university at the time for that group of students, or you did it with
It
different?
is established in Senac, in the unit that I am the coordinator, okay? In Senac Santo Amaro, it's a university center. We have in Senac University Center around 18,000 students. And we are now starting to share this knowledge and this practice with other Senac regional locations, okay? The regional, not offices, but the units, okay? And we are starting this also with other of that organizations, that educational organizations. We are documenting the model, the processes, all the process to share with other educational institutions, with other chapters in Brazil, and with other chapters around the world. If you want to know this model,
I can write you and you can send me
yes,
the
it
model.
will be a pleasure to share with you.
Okay, we are
and
from-
you will share your practice, your experience with us.
Okay.
If you want to.
And how big are these groups? So what, I know that it depends on the project and all, but you have a number. How many students do you affect in each group of work?
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Okay. How many members have these students groups to work in a project? a specific
Each
project?
group,
Yes.
5 or 6 students.
5 or 6.
Our practice is that 4 is not good and 7 is not good. 5 or 6 is the great number to work together and to get the best results.
Thank you.
How long are these projects and who fund these projects?
Who?
How long are these projects?
Around 15, 16 months. They start in the first month of the course, the project, and they learn all the knowledge areas of the PMBOK guide, and the last discipline is integration and monitoring control and execution. And in this discipline, they have to execute the project. So the rest of the time, they stay planning, doing all the deliverables that the PMBOK guide proposed.
So are the students doing this project full time, just like us doing our projects? How does that work? I'm trying to understand this.
They get the knowledge in the class and apply immediately the project.
And
Is
who-
that you ask?
Yeah, and who fund the project? Is it the
To
chapter?
fund? No, they have to get the money.
Oh,
This project, they got around $15,000 to do this project, using donations and capital and fund. I do nothing for them to get money. They have to. In Brazil, we said se virar. They have to. How I say it in English? My friends from Brazil. They have to
They have to find a way.
work on the way.
They have to find a way.
Yeah.
so essentially they basically get the funding themselves and everything.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes.
It's part of the project.
Yeah.
I want to know what's the role of PMI in those projects?
What?
What's the role of PMI? What does PMI does in that project?
The PMI provide the volunteer service, the registered volunteer service using the VRMS. And the knowledge, and we use volunteers in the Center for Excellence in Projects. In this team,
Yeah.
Alessandra is a volunteer, Amanda is a volunteer, Ana Calif is a volunteer, Omer is a volunteer, João is a professor of Senac, João Walter is a professor of Senac, Ricardo Veiga is a volunteer, and Vinicius is a Senac employee. So most of team are volunteers of PMI.
They work in the Senac and they are volunteer for PMI.
They?
They work in the Senac, in this
We
institution.
work everywhere. In my
Okay.
house, in Senac, in PMI, in their houses, in the non-profit organizations, in the space,
Perfect.
as necessary.
Andre,
Okay?
we in Bolivia have like 4 or 5 strategic partners where we implement the group student membership. And we find in these 3 or 4 years that we have to work with 3 key stakeholders. First, the students, who are the primary stakeholders, I guess, because they are the members. Then you have the administrative team of the university, and then you have the teachers or the professors.
Yeah.
What have been Sao Paulo experience working with these key stakeholders, these 3 key stakeholders?
For me, it's easier because I'm a professor in Senac and I'm a volunteer in PMI from around 5, 6 years around this. Officially a volunteer, but I'm a volunteer from 10 years, okay? And we have difficulties and we have to solve it. Huh? But the love for charity, for social projects is much more greater than the other difficulties.
Thank you.
So you work at the university where you got the student numbers to come from, right? That's
Yes,
understanding.
yes.
So our issue is, in the region I come from, in Vermont, in the northeastern United States, we have lots of schools, but trying to get them to engage is really a challenge. So I don't know if you have anything to offer along how to get the students. It seems like you're saying start a social program and they're just going to come, but for us, I don't think that's.
Did you try to talk to the professors and the coordinators of the?
Yeah. We offer free membership, like everything. Yeah.
This program of PMI offers for each class that you pay, the institution pay, the institution gain 1 membership for 1 professor.
For the professor, right?
For a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't been able to break through them.
No.
I don't know if anybody else in the room has a similar challenge. How do we get students to engage? And really, I think it's more a matter of kind of getting in there, like with the professors also.
We use also startup projects. Startup projects.
Yeah.
Maybe it works for you because the startup model in United States is more used than in Brazil.
I think
possible.
social projects are one way.
Yeah.
In Bolivia, we are aware that you won't get 100% of retention that can happen with students, because there's some students that, I don't know, maybe the organization pays and obligate them to take the course or take the program. But we found a way through volunteering to the chapter, not in social, but helping our chapter with some duties. You have the mentoring program is one way. You can have a networking related project, or we also have a big congress that is going through in November, and they work as a volunteer. And when they get to know senior professionals, they could find a real value to get involved with the chapter. So that can be another way.
Are these students of a project management path, like for a degree, or are they, like we have lots of different,
Yeah.
like could be engineering program, could be
Yes.
something else.
Yeah.
Project management is a skill, not just a profession.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened like group student membership can be used in not only project management academic degree like master degrees or associate degree. You can basically use it in any degree, but you would not find value if you use it in a degree that is not related to project management. No? So these can be professionals, can be managers that are taking project management master degrees or associate degrees. So you will not have just junior professionals, you know. So it's kind of, you have a lot of ways to get involved in.
You have to try. Don't? Are you trying? Yeah. Yes, a lot. If
Well, then, so a point that I made earlier to some other folks, a point that I made earlier in like our regional, I'm from Region 3, I made this point there, and then maybe around, and I'll keep it up the next couple of days trying to get traction, is you know, PMI is really branched out and they have some, so PMI EF, everybody knows that now, right? Like they have the website, they have the roadmap, they have their mission statement, it's like pretty tight, marketing's there, everything they're pushing forward, and that's great for engaging 5 to 19-year-old students.
Yeah.
Then academic program, I met with the gentleman, you told me his name, Daryl. I met with Daryl, and hey, he's there, hey Daryl. But this program is not, it's not there. But it seems to me like the opportunity is so much bigger with our college, with the academics, with the college students. Like, why is not PMI putting that kind of concentration into, maybe it's coming, Daryl, I don't know, maybe you can speak to that. But it seems that there's a big push behind PMI EF, and maybe it's because for social good, but you see how the academic program is doing social good through this example here. So I would argue that it should be involved in that as well.
In our next step, we want to approximate to the PMIF, and we are negotiating at this time with the Instituto Ayrton Senna in Brazil. Instituto Ayrton Senna helped to education for 2 million students in Brazil. It's a very big institution, and we are approximating to be part, and I will talk to PMIF people as soon as possible about it.
For the academic program, I think we need an inside man.
I know a guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Krishnan from PMI Malaysia. When Andre asked the question, do you have a program? I said we didn't have a program. After listening a little, we've tried to have a program. So coming back to your point about, hey, we've got lots of schools in Vermont, how do we get this thing going? And you're absolutely right. You need a dynamo like Andre in the university to actually help to drive things forward. So I'm going to use my examples so that you get an idea how to go about this. It's slow, it's long, it's hard. Okay, that's the bad news. But when you find someone like Andre inside your organization, ideally they're a PMI member, ideally they're PMP, ideally they're teaching project management, it becomes a little bit easier. Okay? So I'm going to use a couple of examples, not quite the same as Andre's examples, but just to illustrate the point. One example is the University of Science Malaysia, which coincidentally happens to be 50 years old this year as well. And in it we had an Iranian gentleman who was associate professor there, and he was PMP, he was our chapter member, and he was very passionate about project management. And through him, we actually established an MOU with the university. The university, he's since left and gone to Manchester, so Manchester's gained an advocate out there. But he's transitioned across the baton, and in February of this year, we signed an MOU with USM, between the chapter and USM. It's not gained the sort of traction that I would like it to have gained, and this comes back to this idea of it being slow. So in spite of having the advocate inside, or the passionate individual inside, it's still slow. So I think one of the challenges that we have, and coming back to a specific question about what's PMI doing in all of this, you would have heard Randy speak about the secret sauce. We are the secret sauce. It's not staff. Okay? What we do in our own local communities is what makes things happen. Whether it's corporate social responsibility, whether it's engaging with a university like Senac, or whatever it is that we do. That's the one that actually makes all the difference out there. Let me use another university. Let me finish with USM. USM are now applying for GAC accreditation. Okay? We still have no, as far as I know, student members from the University of Science Malaysia. And we have that challenge. How do we get student members? Because my idea was get the student members in, and what you can do with the student members is you use them to volunteer to drive your activities, amongst other things. The social responsibility is a good one because students will quite naturally sign up to do those things. I think what you've done actually is quite remarkable because there's an integrated study program over 18 months. I'm not sure whether it leads to CAPM at the end, but I assume that's the long view that you want to generate a lot of CAPMs. Because if you look at certifications, we are upside down. What do I mean by upside down? CAPM is the entry-level certification, and there's only some 30-odd thousand certificate holders worldwide. PMP is the first certification, more than 1 million certificate holders, if I'm not wrong. It should be the other way around. It should be more than 1 million CAPMs and 30,000 PMPs. So that's the side on USM. We have another university, R.E.P. University. Again, we had a lecturer who was our chapter member. In fact, she became our chapter member, and then she became PMP. But before she became PMP, she embarked on the GAC accreditation. And she did not accredit one university. She accredited 3 universities at the same time. It was R.E.P., by the way, is Edinburgh, a Scottish university based in Edinburgh. And they have a branch in Putrajaya in Malaysia, and they have a branch in Dubai. And she was responsible for getting GAC accreditation for all 3 campuses. So that's another example of the universities going out and doing their things. But you need someone, a dynamo inside the university. So it's yet another university called University of Malaysia, Pahang. Same route, but we don't have the student members, we don't have the CAPMs coming through. That's an undergraduate program over University of Malaysia, Pahang. I think that one, less of a dynamo, but someone had some vision. So you actually need a visionary as well. And the last one, which is the first GAC we have in Malaysia. So today we have 4 GAC accredited universities in Malaysia. Is Help University. That's doing a master's program. So that's a part-time program. So you've got working adults inside there, so you wouldn't naturally expect them to come through. And chances are, if they were to jump onto the PMI track, they would go straight to PMP rather than CAPM. So that's just a little bit of sharing. I'm not sure whether it answers your question, but
it's a good additional background. Thank you. I still think it's like where I'm plugging away at is like PMI. Make that important. Make the academic program the same level as PMIEF. Like that's what I think we should see. And I don't think I've had a lot of arguments against that.
No.
Sure.
Okay, people. Let's go and celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If I could help you, please send me an email, fax, smoke signals, something.
Our education person is